Hey guys, don't worry about things, guys, you can't control. Sometimes it's best to just stay prayed up, trust the Father in heaven, and leave it in His hands because, life, man, throws some curveballs at you. You look up, you can have plans for the next year, and you can have plans on, fulfilling those goals that you wrote down on paper. That dream that you always had that you wrote down on paper, and life will throw a curveball at you and mess up all your plans. I want to tell you guys, make some new plans. Don't just throw your dreams away. Don't just throw your ideas away. Make some new plans. Because sometimes you might have some better plans than you had before. Don't just give up and just throw in the towel when life throws a curveball at you. You just gotta keep your faith in the Father in heaven and stay prayed up. Make sure you tell Him about everything that's going on in your life. Talk to Him as if He was your best friend. I mean, there's a lot of people out here, they spend a dang on all their time talking to people every day on the phone that people that ain't no good for them. They invite them over, hanging out with people. They ain't no good for them, that's praying on their downfall, but they in your house sipping your wine and smoking your weed and enjoying your fruits of labor. Every time you go out somewhere, they ain't never got they have to put on nothing. They're always expecting you to pay for the whole tab. They ain't never got no money. You know what I'm saying? It's like, don't waste your time on those people, telling them your problems and everything, because they just gonna tell you to give up. They gonna just tell you that maybe it wasn't meant for you to run that business. Maybe it wasn't meant for you to get that dream job you always wanted. Maybe it wasn't meant for you to start your own business. They're going to tell you that, most likely. And, it's just best to talk to the Father in heaven about all the things you're going to, because He won't try to judge you. He won't try to shame you or anything. And, and He understands. Always trust the silence of the Father in heaven. He's silent. Just because He's silent, right? That don't mean He doesn't care. He's just observing and watching and working out everything in your favor. Always trust in the Father's silence, And don't give up on anything. I hope this video motivates you and everything, but just stay prayed up and stay away from people that ain't no good, because when you tell them all your business, it seems like you feel worse than you did before you even said anything to them. And you be like, man, you know what? Why did I even call that person? Why did I even call that person? Let me tell you one thing right now. Prayer is a phone call to the Father in heaven. That's where you want to spend all your time and energy at, talking about the stuff you're going through. Don't be shy of anything. Talk to Him about everything that's going on. Because the Father in heaven, what you don't know is, He like hearing about stuff like that. He like when you open up to Him about things that you would normally keep bottled in, or you would normally not tell anybody. He like when you tell Him, because Father in heaven, He really cares, man. He really cares about you. If He didn't care, none of us would be here. He would never send Jesus if He didn't care. And it's a lot of people, when they going through it, life throwing a curveball, they give up on the Father in heaven. They just say, what? They try to blame out their situation they're going through on Him. And it's not the case. That's exactly how Satan wants you to think. He wants you to think negative. He wants you to doubt the Father in heaven. He wants you to not trust the Father in heaven, because he wants you to keep you away from the Father in heaven. So he will do all that he can to attack you mentally and send people to attack you physically. So-called friends and family will be trying to turn enemies and try to destroy your future and try to stop your purpose, what you was put here to do, to fulfill for the Father in heaven. You got your own family members who try to get in your way of it, and your own friends. It's crazy, I see it all the time. People that you thought that was happy for you, you was telling all your goals and your dreams and stuff, all that too, all your problems too. You turn around, as soon as you begin to fulfill those goals, and they will feel some type of way about it. They feelings will change towards you, and then that turn to a complete different person on you. You like, man, what did I do to that person? Because you know what they always say, oh, you acted funny and you think you all that because you want to pursue those dreams, and you think you all that because you want to start that business, you want that nice cushion job, career job you always wanted. They say you think you all that because you want to live good and you want to provide for your family the best. That's crazy, ain't it? That's the same thing I say to myself, man. Like, these days, tell you the truth, guys, I pretty much just stay to myself. I stay to myself, just work, take care of my family, and come back home. That's pretty much all I do. I have a simple life. I don't really be out here partying and hanging out with everybody, because everybody ain't really happy for you. You think everybody really happy for you out here, they ain't really happy for you. They tell you that they love you, but they really lying. A lot of these people out here really don't even love you. They love what you can do for them. They love the benefits that you give them. Yeah, they love that. But the moment you fall off and lose all those things, those nice material things, they going to. They going right with it. So that's why I say, guys, just trust in the Father in heaven. Try not to stress yourself when life throws a curveball at you. Try not to worry about it, I know it's easy said than done. Trust me on that. It's easy said than done. Sometimes you can't help but to worry about certain things because stuff get real, man. Life gets real. It gets real out here. And sometimes you can't help but to stress, man, because, we human beings at the end of the day. We're not robots. It's only so much we can take. We're not invincible or nothing. We feel pain and suffering every day. We got emotions and stuff as well. So of course, it's hard. It's hard, even for me. I'm not even going to come up here and tell you that it's not hard for me not to stress. It is hard for me. But the moment you get to a point in your life where you just say, you know what? I'm going to stop stressing less. I'm going to stop worrying a lot. I'm just going to try my best matter of fact, not try my best. I'm just going to leave it in the Father's hands, because certain things you just can't control. And if you can't control it, why worry about it, Sometimes it's best to just not to worry about things you can't control. That's how I deal with things currently, and y'all just stay prayed up. Never stop praying. Just because the Father didn't answer your prayer that first time, that second time, that third time, that don't mean he might not answer it that fourth time. That don't mean he might not answer it that fifth time. Because you got to think about it. It's a war in the atmosphere between earth and heaven. So you just got to be patient, guys. It will work out. It will get better. Things will start getting better. And all the people, that doubted you and trying to tell you, oh man, because there's some people and there's some people I know, they don't believe in Jesus like that. They don't believe in God and like that. They don't trust in the Father in heaven like that. So they quick to tell you, oh man, it ain't no God, it ain't this, it ain't that. Oh, that don't work, I already tried it, blah, blah, this, blah, that. Don't listen to them. Because those people, they're just going to take you down a broad path of destruction. Don't follow them. Because at the end of the day, the Father wants to see how much faith you have. He wants to see how much faith you really have. He wants to see how much you truly love him. And then if you listen to what people say about the Father in heaven, then that means you got to question yourself. And you got to think about it. Why should the Father in heaven move on your behalf if you don't even have faith in him? Why should the Father move on your behalf if you don't even trust him? Why should the Father move on in your behalf if you don't even acknowledge him during your hard times? Why should the Father move on your behalf if you don't respect him? You got to think about it. Just like you. I'm sure you guys out here, y'all got families, y'all got children and stuff. You got to think about it. The same thing you doing to the Father in heaven. What if your kids did it to you? How would you feel? Exactly. That's how he feel. The Father in heaven is not a robot. He's not a machine. I know people be like, oh, he's God. He can take it. I can take it too, but I don't want to take it. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to go through it. I don't want people giving me a hard time. I don't want people disrespecting me. I don't want people mocking me. I don't want people treating me wrong. I don't want people being disobedient to me. I don't want people treating me bold, betraying me. I don't want people doing that to me. That's the same thing the Father in heaven feels. He understands he's God and he's powerful in it, but he still don't want you to be all those things I just explained. He don't want you doing that to him, because guess what? You don't want it done to you. He got feelings just like everybody else, and you got to treat him as such.